What is up, guys? Arm here today, and today I have for you a guide on how to acquire Hongmoon skills, how to use Hongmoon skills, and in general what Hongmoon skills do. So without further ado, let's get into it. So Hongmoon skills, they are skills in your skill book that are typically grayed out or blacked out and say required you must have completed some sort of achievement or accomplishment in order to unlock them. So I've actually unlocked one for the Dragon Call skill because it is pretty essential on the Warlock that I'm playing as here in this, and it's quite the drawn out and long process. So I'm going to go through each of the Hongmoon skills, and on the Warlock anyway. It's very similar for all other classes. You'll see how I go through it and show you how you do it. It's really quite simple for every other class, and it carries over for all the other classes as well. They all have to do the same accomplishments and same achievements to get these skills. So Hongmoon skills, they increase damage of your main rotations usually, or they give you some sort of added utility to one of your skills that it didn't have before. For example, I know on the Destroyer, the Ember Stomp, if there's one skill that allows you to resist stuns and things like that, instead of the typical just Ember Stomp doing some damage. So they're very useful, and they're something you should be striving to achieve as you go throughout the game. Anyway, so how did I get the Dragon Call one? It's the first one that I've got here. So to get Dragon Call, you have to actually buy the skill book in the marketplace. So every single class has a skill that they just buy in the marketplace. So for the Warlock, it's Dragon Call Volume 2. For the Destroyer, it's actually it's the Ember Stomp Volume 2 skill. I don't know them all for every single class, but as you can see, there's a wide variety in price. Like it was 15 gold for the Ember Stomp, and for the Warlock's Dragon Call, it's far more expensive, 88 gold. You see right there. I actually got mine for 66, so I guess I did pretty good. Anyway, so these skills, after you get that off of the market for the Dragon Call or whatever skill that is, you have to read the book, and then it's going to send you through a series of quests that involve hitting various bosses, beating various things in general, and you just follow the quest as it progresses through. At some point, it's going to say you need to complete a Dragon Call training secret, or for the Destroyer, it's going to say Ember Stomp training secret, or it'll have this achievement. So how do you get to this achievement? You press U on your keyboard, you go over to the bar over here, you can go Characters, Skills, and then it'll show you a whole bunch of skills. These are all of the Hongmoon skills that you can unlock in the game, and it tells you how to unlock them. So I'm going to go through them all. I'm going to show you where to get them. This video might be a little bit longer than anticipated, but it'll hopefully give you a really good idea of what you have to do to get to these skills. So for Dragon Call Training Secret, after you read the book and you go through the quest, at some point it's going to tell you need to get Dragon Call Training Secret, or Ember Stomp Training Secret, or whatever skill needs the training secret. To get this achievement, you need to hit these bosses, so the Steel Giant, the Angler Yeti, and the boss in the Sundered Nexus, the final boss in that area. You have to hit them 10 times with the skill that you're trying to unlock. So this is a difficult accomplishment to achieve, since the Sundered Nexus, you actually need to be HM6 to get to that area, or to be able to do that dungeon anyway. So very difficult, but once you get it, I think there's actually just one more turn-in quest, and then you'll have the Hongmoon skill for Dragon Call. So Dragon Call is very important for the Warlock and for other classes as well. This skill is actually usually pretty important. Like in the case of the Destroyer, the resistance to stuns is really good. I was just looking at that one. That's the only reason I know that one specifically. So next one I'm going to go through is your left mouse button. So your left mouse button, your skill for your left mouse button. In the case of the Warlock is Mantra, and then as you see, it's got 2 Hongmoon grayed out skills that require Hongmoon Secret Training Technique Mantra. So you go to your book, you look at skills, and once again you have Hongmoon Secret Training Technique Mantra. It says you have to consume an Ocean Light Force, a Deep Sea Kelp, Golden Honey, Fog Mushroom, Evil Spirit Root, and Hongmoon Pellet. So those are all drops off of various bosses, world bosses in Silverfrost. I believe the Evil Spirit Root drops from the bullberries that are walking around, and I think the Golden Honey drops from the huge bears that you see. So those enemies that are just patrolling around the area, around the grounds right side of the Grand Harvest Square, those enemies have, they drop this, they have a chance to drop it. The other way to acquire these is through the Achievement Merchant in Zyway. So the Achievement Merchant in Zyway, if you haven't seen it, actually I think I'll just go there right now. Alright, so I am now at the Achievement Merchant in Zyway. So I was just talking about it before on the HM skill for Mantra. You have to go and get these items. So the Achievement Merchant in Zyway has the items that you need to consume to get this. So it also has Dragon Call Volume 2, or it'll have your Volume 2 for whatever skill that you were looking for, if you didn't want to have to buy it in the market. So so you have your Ocean Light Force, Deep Sea Kelp, Golden Honey, Fog Mushroom, Evil Spirit Root. So that is all but one of the items. Also, just before I forget to mention, in order to purchase these, you need to have 1,250 achievement points. So you see here I have 1,050. So I don't have enough to buy from there, which is why I don't have them yet. But at some point I will eventually get to that and be able to buy these. Um, and I just don't feel like grinding them out, like I said before, but you could go for it if you want. The Hongmoon pellet, however, you have to be part of a clan in order to get this, to be part of a clan that can be able to function, to be able to manufacture it. Or your other option is you can go in your inventory, and if you're a member in the Dragon Express, it's in here somewhere. Just got to find it. Premium, yes. In the premium section, there it is, the Hongmoon pellet for these items here that you get from PvPing. So there's two ways to get that. And yeah, so the next skill we're going to do is going to be Hongmoon Secret Technique Dragon Call. So every skill has one that involves eating an entire Royal Zen Bean. The Royal Zen Bean is a PvP currency, and I'm actually going to head over to the PvP merchant to show you how to get that. So if you're a member, you can buy from the Dragon Trade store for 4,500, or it's 5,000 Zen Beans on the PvP market. I don't need the skill on this character, so I didn't get it, but it usually is actually a pretty decent skill for whichever class you're trying to play as. So it's a pretty easy one to pick up. So once you buy it from the merchant over there, all you have to do is eat the bean, and then you get the skill. Next is the Hongmoon Secret Techniques that retrieve techniques from Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. So I'll go through all of them at once. So you see Volume 3 this one needs, this one needs Volume 2, and this one needs Volume 1. So all three of those skills, they are drops from various dungeons. So each dungeon has a chance to drop it in the 4-player version, as you'll see right here, or you can just buy them off of the market as well here. So Volume 1, for example, was one of the things that was there, and as you can see, Hongmoon Secret Technique Volume 2, Chapter 1, you need Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. If I just hover over it, you can see in the middle of the screen here that you need the 2 fragments. So this is the first fragment, Chapter 1, and it's 14 gold. So someone got it from the Avalanche Den 4-member party, and they put it up for sale. The other one is from the Awakened Necropolis 4-member party, and you'd have to go in and grind for that one, because I do not believe that one is tradable. You can't trade Chapter 2 if you want to get that skill. So you have to grind the dungeons that you see listed there for those as well. And then I think if I scroll through, I might be able to find a Chapter 3 as well. I saw it was up. Yeah, so Chapter 1, Volume 3, they got it from Sundered Nexus 4-member party, and the other chapter you actually buy from the Mushin's Tower, which is where I was just at a little while ago. You bought it for Naskin badges, I do believe. I think it costs like 30 or 40 of them. So that's how you get those skills, those Hongmoon skills. You got to go through and get the tomes for those, and submit there and put them together, and then you once again would follow through a quest log before ultimately unlocking the skill. Next one, the Chilling Flame Elixir for your bombardment, or for any other skill, is for the right mouse button skill for every single character. So the right mouse button skill, you see I haven't grayed out because I haven't done it yet. So the right mouse button skill, to get that, you need to get an Asura Ember, which drops from the 4-member Sogan's Lament, 4-member Sogan's Lament dungeon, and can also be purchased on the market. So if we look at the price of it, it's going for 140 gold right now, and you see it drops from Sogan Lament's 4-member party. The other item that you see listed there is the Frozen Lamentation Stone. This is from the Cold Storage Exchange merchant Mylung. So after you defeat the Cold Storage boss, a little merchant will spawn in the where the boss used to be, and you can purchase this item from her for 120 Frozen Orbs. So Frozen Orbs, you can get anywhere from 2 of them to, I think, 10 is the most you can get per run of the dungeon. So you'll have to run it multiple days to get that. You're probably looking at about at least 2 or 3 weeks of grinding that dungeon before you unlock it. Unless you have alts. If you have alternate characters, you can trade the Frozen Orbs between each other and run it and get this up probably within a week. I'll actually be showing that in a later guide here in the future. But anyway, so you got to get that, and you have to get the item from the Cold Storage Merchant. And then once you get those 2 items, you just right-click one of them in your inventory. It combines it. Then you use the Chilling Flame Elixir, and it unlocks your skill for the Hongmoon skill of your right mouse button. The final one, which I think I haven't done yet, yeah, I've only got one left to do. It is the Offal of Silence, Offal of Darkness, and Offal of Luminescence. So feature Hongmoon Secret Technique, the last one where you see these 3 things listed. So you can purchase 2 of them on the market. You can purchase 2 of the Offals on the market. I think they go for about 100 gold apiece. So Offal of Silence, we're looking at 76 gold for that one, and Offal of Darkness, you are looking at 104. So yeah, about 100 gold apiece to get these 2. But you still need one more, the Offal of Luminescence. So I'm going to go show you where you get that right now. Alright, so we are at the Twisted Grimhorn Wilds, if you do not recognize the area that we are currently in. And we're looking for the final Offal from the skill book over here to get your Hongmoon skill, the final one that I haven't gone over yet. So the Offal of Luminescence you actually pick up from the Coin Exchange Merchant, no, not the General Merchant, the Coin Exchange Merchant over here. So this coin exchange merchant will give you an awful of luminance, as you see right here, for 100 gold and 10 of the twisted orbs. This is going to take you a while to get because they only drop 2 of them per day on daily quests, or you can get them through the dungeon chest in the middle. Also, there's a lot of good prizes over here to exchange if you have the time and the money to go ahead and grind these out. You've got the charms, the experience charms, Grimhorn antidotes, whole bunch of stuff, and this outfit's actually pretty cool. Not that this is what this video is about, but anyway, so you get your Awful of Luminance over here for the 100 gold and 10 of the Twisted Grimhorn orbs. So that actually goes through, I believe, all of the Hongmoon skills. I don't think there's one that I've missed. If this wasn't detailed enough for you, let me know, and with that, I'll see you guys at the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.